adventurer named David who loved exploring dark and terrifying caves. One day, David decides to discover a new and unknown cave in a remote area of the forest. David set out on his journey, carrying with him a powerful lamp, ropes to go up and down the cave, and other preparations for any dangers that might come his way. After hours of walking, David found himself in front of the entrance to a huge and dark cave. He decided to enter the cave and endure the difficulties that he might face. After walking inside the cave for some time, he found himself in a large, dark, and secluded room. Suddenly, David heard a frightening voice moving toward him, and immediately realized that he was not alone in this cave. David started to run, but he fell into a deadly trap and fell into a deep hole. When David woke up, he found himself in another room, and the room was very dark, and there was no source of light. When he tried to get up, he found that his feet were tied with ropes. David later discovers that he has been kidnapped by a gang operating in the area, and that they are using the cave as their hideout and also as a place to relieve the victims who are being kidnapped. After several days of detention, David managed to free himself and escape from the cave. From then on, he decided never to return to the terrifying cave again, and decided to warn others about the dangers of the dark and terrifying cave.
There are some important tips that people who want to explore dark caves should follow. Here are some tips. 1. Good preparation. You must prepare well before going into the dark cave by collecting all the necessary equipment and supplies such as strong lighting, ropes, water, food, and appropriate clothing. 2. Psychological preparation. You must prepare psychologically before entering the cave, as you must be aware of the dangers that you may face and be psychologically ready to face them. 3. Not going alone. You should not go alone into the dark cave, and be accompanied by a group of people who can help you in case of any accident. 4. Stay away from dangerous places. You must stay away from dangerous places in the cave, such as slippery areas, narrow areas, and deep areas.
5. Adhere to security measures. You must adhere to the necessary security measures, such as wearing protective equipment and special shoes, and avoid walking in areas that pose a threat to your safety. 6. Contact the local authorities. You should contact the local authorities and inform them of your trip in the cave, so that they can know your whereabouts in case of any unexpected incident. In short, you have to be very careful when exploring dark caves and always stick to the necessary security measures and be well prepared. There are many dangers that you may encounter when exploring dark caves, the most prominent of which are 1. Injury to wounds, rough rocky floors, narrow areas, and sharp edges in caves can cause injuries. 2. Slipping and falling. Slippery floors and leaking water can lead to slipping and falling, and this is one of the most dangerous risks that you can face when exploring dark caves. 3. Detention. You may be subjected to detention in dark caves, whether due to rock collapse, predation, or suffocation, and this is considered one of the most dangerous risks that you can face. For exposure to low temperatures, the temperatures in the caves can be very low, and this can cause severe freezing or burning. 5. Exposure to toxic gases. Dark caves can contain toxic gases such as carbon emitted from the soil, and exposure to these gases can lead to poisoning. 6. Kidnapping. People can be kidnapped in dark caves, and caves can be used as a hideout for criminals to relieve victims who are being kidnapped. Therefore, people who want to explore dark caves must prepare well and take the necessary security measures to avoid these risks.